Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I am going to be sharing 4 Instant Pot recipes with you all. I haven't had my Instant Pot out for months because it has been so warm here in the UK. We've been having a lot of lighter meals, and so the Instant Pot has been hibernating, but I feel like now it's September, it's definitely time to get it out again and start cooking with it. If you guys haven't ever heard of an Instant Pot or don't have one, they are so good. I'm going to link the one I've got down below in my description box. I have got a massive 8-litre Instant Pot, which means I can batch cook like you would not believe. Instant Pots are just brilliant because they're basically a modern day version of a pressure cooker. So I think lots of people used to get scared of pressure cookers in the past because sometimes they would hear horror stories about the lid flying off and it being quite dangerous. But with the Instant Pot these days, that does not happen, so you don't have to worry about that. But they cook food so quickly because they cook them under pressure. So it means you can like cook a joint in about 20 minutes and it would be so nice and soft and the meat will be perfect. It's as if you've been cooking it in your slow cooker for hours upon hours. I really hope you enjoy these recipes. These are great to cook for yourself, for your partner, for your family, batch cook, whatever you need to be done. These recipes will hopefully help you with that. So I really hope you enjoy this video. Thank you so much for watching and let's get cooking. So for dinner tonight, we're going to be making some fajitas in the Instant Pot. So what I've got here is some chicken breasts, I've got an avocado, red onion, some peppers, I've got some wraps, I've got this fajita kind of sprinkle seasoning that I've just had for ages that I'll use a bit of. But then I've also got a fajita mix sachet here as well. This is actually a taco seasoning. I've just got loads of these in the cupboard, so I'm using one of those tonight. But in my fajita mix, I'm also going to add in this salsa that I've got too. So what I'm going to start off by doing is I'm going to just put my chicken breasts whole into my Instant Pot along with my salsa and my taco mix, and then I'll also just put in 1 capful of water as well. That's just to make sure the chicken doesn't burn on the bottom of my Instant Pot. I'll then put this on the pressure cook for 15 minutes, and after the 15 minutes is up, I will just self-vent my Instant Pot, and as you can see, the chicken just kind of breaks apart and it almost becomes a bit like pulled chicken. Once I've done that, I will then add in my sliced peppers and my sliced red onion, and I'll put my Instant Pot lid back on and I'll cook this for a further 4 minutes on the pressure cooking setting. Again, I'm just going to manually vent this and then it's ready to serve. So how we like to serve our fajitas is the wrap, then we like to put some guacamole down, which is just a squashed avocado, and then we like to load it full of the chicken and pepper mix. Right, so this meal is going to become a tomato soup. So when I make my tomato soups, I do like to add quite a few different types of tomato in there. So I've got some on-the-vine tomatoes, I've got some cherry tomatoes, sun-dried tomatoes, chopped tomatoes, and I've also got some tomato puree. And I've got this, which is a balsamic sun-dried tomato paste. It is so delicious. And then the extras that I've got is some garlic, veggie stock, onion, a pepper, and also some oregano. I'm also going to add a jar of these sweet peppers and some salt and pepper. So what I'm going to do to cook this, I'm just going to dice everything up quite roughly, pop it into my Instant Pot, and then I'm going to set my Instant Pot onto the pressure cooking setting for 15 minutes. This is going to cook everything through really well and soften it down so that once the 15 minutes is up, I can just manually release the pressure, and then I can get my handheld blitzer, blitz this down into a nice soup. If you guys have been watching me for a while, you will know that this will make a really delicious soup, but it will also make the base of so many other of my recipes too. So for this meal, I'm going to be making a spaghetti bolognese. So what I have got here is some beef mince. I've got a spaghetti bolognese sachet. I've got some spaghetti pasta. And then this is actually the tomato soup that I made in my previous recipe. So what I'm going to do, because this tomato soup has already got my onions, garlic, tomato, loads of other veggies in here, it's going to make this recipe super simple to make. So I'm going to put my beef mince into my Instant Pot along with my tomato soup mixture and my spaghetti bolognese sachet, and I'm just going to mix that all together before popping my Instant Pot lid on, and I'm going to cook it for 10 minutes on the pressure cooker setting. This is going to make sure that my beef has cooked through really nicely and it's gone a little bit tender. You can cook your spaghetti in with this at the same time. However, because this is cooking for 10 minutes in your Instant Pot, I am actually going to cook my spaghetti on the hob. So after the 10 minutes is up, I will just manually vent the Instant Pot, drain off my spaghetti and then dish up. I'll put the spaghetti on the bottom in the plate, then I will spoon a generous amount of my beef mince on top, and then I will finish this off with sprinkling some cheese over the top. So for tonight's Instant Pot dinner, we're going to be doing some salmon and noodles. So my salmon looks like this because I just quickly fried it in a pan to remove the skin, because I find it so much easier to kind of fry the bottom just literally for a few seconds, and then the skin comes off really easily. And then I didn't actually do it, Chris did. When he flipped it over, he got it on the edge of the pan, so that's why it looks like that, but it is still raw, so it needs cooking in the Instant Pot. And then I have got some sesame seed oil, I've got soy sauce, I've got garlic granules, ginger granules, limes, noodles and rice noodles. These are egg noodles and rice noodles, and I've got a broccoli. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put my noodles into the bottom of my Instant Pot, and then I'm going to fill my Instant Pot with enough water to almost cover my noodles. They're not going to cover them completely, but if you don't put enough water in there, you might make them burn. Then I'm going to mix in some sesame seed oil, soy sauce, my ginger, my garlic, and the juice of these 3 limes. I'm going to mix everything together before laying my raw salmon on top of my noodles. Once I've done that, I will then chop up my broccoli and I will lay that on top of my salmon. Then I'll pop my Instant Pot lid on, and I will cook this on the pressure cooking setting for 10 minutes. This is going to make sure your noodles have cooked through really well, but also your salmon has cooked through really well, so that when you take the lid off your Instant Pot, everything is going to be nice and tender and cooked and ready to serve. Once the lid is off, I'm going to mix everything together really, really well. So I'm going to break my salmon up so it combines in with the noodles, and then I'm going to make sure everything is nicely coated with all of those seasonings that I put in earlier. Once you've done that, you are then ready to serve. So we just like to get a bowl, put a generous amount of the salmon and noodle mix in there along with some broccoli, and then we like to put some sesame seeds over the top. This is a really simple meal, and you can cook it obviously in the Instant Pot like I have done, or on the hob, but you will be using lots of different pans. So just cooking it all together in one pot is the easiest way I find. So those are the 4 recipes I wanted to share with you today. I really hope you enjoyed them. Thank you so much for watching. I will link all the quantities and ingredients that I have used down below in my description box, so don't forget to check that out so you can recreate these recipes at home. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.